I don't know. But obviously it created a fire, so it was not a routine landing.
So, Governor, when you hear an aircraft has hit a building in Midtown Manhattan, what went through your mind? What do you presume went through the minds of people in New York?
Well, look, this is, if you're a New Yorker, you have a level of PTSD, right, from 9/11. And I remember that morning all too well. So as soon as you hear an aircraft hit a building, I think my mind goes where every New Yorker's mind goes.
But at this point, there's no indication.
At this point, there is no indication that is the case. The only indication was a helicopter had to do an emergency or a hard landing or crashed onto the rooftop of the building, causing a fire. But there's no indication of anything more than that. Again, this is all very preliminary, and these situations evolve very quickly, as we know. But that's all we know at this time.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Cuomo. We appreciate your time. As you just heard the governor say, he is being told that it was a helicopter who was forced to make some kind of a crash landing on this building in Midtown Manhattan. We're being told that it's a very large banking firm. As I started to say, when I was running over here to meet up with my photographer about 15 minutes ago, we could still see people filing away from that area. There was some smoke. They all had their cell phones out. I heard one woman saying that she was talking to her daughter or another family member saying, "It was right over me. It was right over me. It could have hit me." She didn't want to talk on camera. She was extremely shaken up. But another thing that people have been asking me, Dick, is why is a helicopter flying in this kind of weather? It is foggy. It's very foggy. It's very rainy. I texted my sister-in-law a little while ago who works not too far from here, and I said, "Can you see this helicopter or this aircraft that crashed into this building in Midtown?" She said, "I can't see anything. It's so foggy." Our own Chopper 2 can't even get up in this weather right now, so we're wondering why someone would be flying in this. Again, we're being told at this point, one confirmed injury, but you heard the governor say there could be more from those people who were in that building, especially when that fire started. And it may not even be an injury from impact. It may be an injury just from people trampling one another, trying to get out. Again, the governor put it well. We have a certain level of PTSD here in New York. You hear aircraft into a building, certainly your mind goes to one spot. Just want to give you the lay of the land a little bit here again. The governor is behind me, continuing to get briefed. We're at 51st and 7th. FDNY along 7th here for 51st rather, for as far as the eye can see. There's a New York City gift shop to my right here. People have been crowding around that to get out of the rain and to take photographs and to find out if anybody saw anything. The few people that I stopped to talk to around here didn't see the helicopter actually crash into the building, but some people say that they heard it. They didn't know what it was, so they came to this area for shelter. At this point, everyone just very curious and interested about what's going on. Over in the center of the building right now, in the center of the street rather, Governor Cuomo is being escorted back into that area where we're told there may be a small debris field by New York State troopers. The NYPD absolutely swarming this area. Allie Bauman is over on the other corner of 51st and 7th. I know she's been giving you updates as we go. Here's several members of the FDNY coming out right now. We'll give you a shot of those. And at this point, just trying to figure out how this could happen and whether there are any more injuries. Again, this whole building evacuated out of precaution just before 2 o'clock. I'm just going to swing around here because I've not seen what's over here yet. More photographers, more FDNY. This entire area, 51st and 7th, blocked off at this point. Dick, we're going to run around, try to get a little bit more information, perhaps find a witness who saw this actually happen, and be back to you shortly.
Guys, you got to get out of the way, please.
You're still dialed in, okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Hold this.
Did you see this?
Hold this. Hold this. Right there. Hold it. Got it?
Yep.
Everybody right now?
Yeah, everyone's kind of corralled right here.
NBC is over there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, I'm getting that too out here. Yes. Yep. Me or just a live picture? Live picture.
She was in here. I think she walked out to the right. Said she heard it and
We felt it, yeah. Did any of you guys see this or hear this?
He's getting drenched. This thing's gonna stop working.
I know.
Yes, I can.
Hey. Hello?
As for the building itself, it's 50 stories just south of you.
Hey. I can't hear you at all. Amelia. Hey, did you call me? I can't hear you at all. Can you talk louder? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. Lisa. Where are you?
Just double checking. Did any of you guys see this or hear this or feel this when this helicopter hit the building? Anyone? No?
I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
This camera's gonna
I know.
Or the live view. But
What mic am I using?
you're gonna lose pictures soon.
What mic am I using?
Can I see that real quick?
Huh?
Can I see this?
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the other problem. It's not gonna dry it. Get out of the way.
Yes. You guys, I can go live again if you need me to. I think they're coming shortly.
212-771.
Can I have the mic? Can I have the mic?
Not the right number. Hi, Max. Wait, I'm coming with Sarah Wallace.
bump shot. They're just asking for a bump shot. Hi, yes, I can.
Try.
Sure. Don't have a lot, but yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm moving right there.
Okay.
We're coming up soon. Did you guys see or hear anything when this happened? No? Okay.
Excuse me, I'm a next door neighbor.
Oh, can we talk to you?
Yeah,
Oh,
love to.
terrific. What's your name?
Max.
Max, okay. Max, I'm Jessica with Channel 2. You're going to be on with us, okay?
Here.
You live here.
Just
So
across.
were you home when this happened?
Heard about this, my people called me.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to have a live interview with a neighbor. Okay. Okay. So you'll look at me and talk to me. Don't look at the camera, okay?
Forward, everybody gets in front of us.
Max, what's your last name?
Prince Schaumburg. Prince Max Schaumburg. I'm a prince.
I'm just going to call you Max.
Prince Max. By accident.
Thank you. You live in this building?
Yeah.
For how long?
More than 15 years.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, Barry, sorry, but everybody was just moving in front of us, so we just keep moving up.
So that's why she was kicking.
You tell me when to
Nice,
put it down,
thank
right?
you. Hey, I'm here. Was your building evacuated? Yes, it was. Was gonna ask him as we went.
Hey, purple shirt.
Dick, I'm actually with Max here, who lives across the street from the building where this happened. So he says his residence of more than 15 years was evacuated. Max, where were you when this helicopter hit the building?
I was just out to eat at the next block, and then I got the news pretty much minutes ago that we cannot return to our home, to our residence, and I got really scared because of everything is going to be good. I mean, 51st Street is actually known as one of the safest places. We have Le Bernardin, the finest restaurant of New York, in this building where the Dalai Lama even used to eat, and then across the street under our apartments is the Michelangelo Hotel where presidents stay on their private trips. So all of a sudden this AXA building, which was always like an iconic marble tower, had a helicopter crash. We cannot even see it, to be honest with you, because the weather is so bad. So there is fog on the roof, and I hope there's not going to be a fire developing, and I really hope that not a lot of people got injured, or we don't know yet.
So our information is that there was a fire, but it's been put out. We've also understand that the pilot unfortunately passed away as a result of this crash landing. I wonder, when you heard there was an aircraft into the building across the street from you, as a longtime New Yorker, what went through your mind?
I absolutely got shizzles, and I mean, it reminds me of a very bad time we've had to go through in New York. Whenever it comes to an aircraft crashing into a building, into a skyscraper, I think it really keeps you breathless. And what happened, I mean, I think it was an accident, or we'll hear if it was an accident, but no act of terrorism, because that's still something we all fear all the time, actually. We'll never forget what happened. And I mean, I hope it has nothing to do with that, and just an unfortunate, very sad accident.
And at this point, all of our information is that the pilot radioed in, said he was in trouble and did have to crash land, and it happened on that roof. Who is telling you anything about your building, and what's your information about when you may be able to go back?
So the current information is that the area is evacuated. It's packed here, so pretty much you can't even freely move. There are firefighters, there is ambulance, police all over, and there's a lot of black cars with lights, so maybe some Secret Service. So I'm not sure yet when we can get back home, but I hope everything is going to clear up soon. And well, it's very, very sad, and prayers to the family of the pilot. That's the most important thing now as status quo.
You know, as New Yorkers, we're pretty resilient. We've been through a lot. I think that in general, New Yorkers have that reputation of being very tough. But as you look around and you see the emergency response, you see the FDNY, the NYPD, as you said, the black SUVs, how unsettling is that this is happening on your block?
It is very, very uncomfortable, to be honest with you, because New York is the city that really can handle with any trauma, with any problem. But when it happens, I mean, the city stops, and we can tell it's pretty quiet. It's not loud. People are kind of calm. They see what's going on, and I'm sure everybody's want to help. I already got texts where friends say if anything's wrong, you can stay at our sofa in the living room. That really gives me a good, comfortable feeling. New Yorkers are so different because we stick together in a crisis. Let's hope that this crisis gets over very, very soon.
For a city of 8 million, we are incredibly close and somehow still tight-knit. What is your plan now? As again, you're not allowed back in your building. It may be hours or even overnight. What will you do this evening?
I will actually stick around because I don't know what's happening further. I hope the building is going to be safe. No fire in this neighborhood. It's very densely populated. We're talking about Midtown Manhattan. We're in the theater district. There are like 5 hotels around this building. So it can't be any more packed than around here. And what we need to look for is watch our building. Whenever I can get back in, I'm literally going to grab my documents to be able to crash at friends. I don't know how long this is going to take. I've never had to deal with a helicopter crashing in one of the tallest buildings of New York City, Manhattan, in one of the most densely populated areas. I think that's all new for us.
Max, thank you so much for your time. I'm glad that you have, even if you can't go back to your own building, a safe place to stay tonight. Try to stay dry. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Dick, we spoke with Governor Cuomo just a short time ago. He was getting a tour. He was getting the lay of the land. He was in the area, so he was on the scene rather quickly. And, he said the same thing about where your mind goes when you hear an aircraft hits a building. But here's what he told us about the information that he had. Seconds. All right, and to that point, we're told FDNY was here within minutes. This entire area of Midtown remains shut down with FDNY, NYPD, and New York State troopers swarming the area. People were told for at least 2 or 3 blocks have been evacuated, especially from this building. Again, when I arrived, I don't even know what time now, but shortly after this helicopter hit that building, we did see people. Some were very calm, just walking out single file. Others were racing away. And as we approached this area in Midtown, I said to the person I was with, I can't tell if that's fog in the air or if it's smoke. That's what the weather is like right now. There's also dense fog just as far as the eye can see. So again, and I know we keep coming back to this, but why that pilot was flying in the first place. And that was one of the things I heard when I got to the scene. You wouldn't think that a pilot who had good intentions would be out in this kind of weather, so that's what people were worried about. Was it someone who was defying the air rules and was trying to do something bad to New York again? But again, we're being told that this was simply an accident, that it was a crash landing, that the pilot radioed in and said, I'm in trouble, and then moments later crash landed onto that roof with a fire ensuing after that. Let me just have my photographer, Sean, if you would, just walk around the scene with me a little bit. All right, actually, we're being anchored in one spot, but I just want to, again, give you the lay of the land here. FDNY, NYPD, just as far as the eye can see right now, taking up several blocks. My colleague Ellie Bauman, I know, is nearby. We have several reporters on the scene here trying to speak with people who may have seen this or who may have been around when this happened. As soon as we got here, I asked a couple people, did you see anything? Did you hear anything? And a couple of people said, no, I didn't see it happen, but I felt it. I felt my building shake, or I felt the ground shake, and I thought that we were experiencing an earthquake. So a lot of people still very jittery, a lot of people still very confused about what's going on and how this could happen. And there has been a lot of concern recently, especially raised by Senator Schumer and other lawmakers, about helicopters flying in Manhattan anyway. So I think that you're going to hear that conversation come up again as Dick investigators try to get to the bottom of exactly what went wrong with this particular aircraft today. Again, the pilot is dead. We're unsure at this point how many may be injured.
Reminiscence of what a lot of people suffered through on September 11th, which seems like a long time ago, but not really that long ago if you were in the city. And I think the response this afternoon, if you hear about a chopper on a building or into a building, everybody comes out because we want to make sure that we're not seeing the same thing that happened.
Sean, now they're just asking for more like live beauty shots.
So if you are even thinking about coming in the city area, coming by train, I'd say stay away. The bike lanes to get here, that's the way they can get here.
Excuse me. I might try to grab this guy. I don't know. Okay, awesome.
I can almost see it through the water.
Can I go through anything?
Guys, you gotta go up.
Mike,
Yeah.
these guys were up there for something small. One guy's covered in soot on your left.
We should talk about that.
Sorry, officers.
Yes.
I can see him. Good job on that.
Want to move up here?
Do you know what they're all looking at right now? Like everybody just moved over? No idea. But they were moving trucks around, so. Okay.
They were moving stretchers and stuff.
Do you want to move?
Where?
Okay. Okay.
It's the end you want to live in. Should we stay here? There's so many people here. Hold on.
Lights on.
Okay. Sean, if I go behind you, are you going to be able to swing around? Like if I walk, you can't? Okay, we're anchored here? Okay. I'm like inside. It's okay. Just to show that they were, what was on standby. It's fluid. It doesn't, yeah.
What's